Happy Mindset Monday, everybody. Today is Monday, July 13th, 2020. So, Sam Logan, one of our village agents, posed this question to me last week, and it's made me think a lot about it ever since. He said, "Are you interested in being successful or are you committed to it?" So, that made me take a deep dive into the question, what is the difference between interest and commitment? So, here's what I found out. One, being interested in something means it's piqued your curiosity, right? The excitement of that makes you think it may be something that you want to go after. Naturally, though, when you're curious about something, you want to explore its benefits, but we often avoid thinking about the pitfalls. For example, think back if you've taken your family on a nice vacation, a fancy vacation. You think about it, you're talking about it, maybe you're having a glass of wine, it looks like it's laying on the beach, it's hiking in the mountains, magnificent views, yada, yada, right? You get it. You don't think about who would take care of your dog while you're away, or your kids, or who's going to manage your business, or who would mow your lawn, dot, 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 right? You get the idea. You didn't think about all the obstacles right away because thinking about those in the curiosity or interest phase kind of puts a wet blanket on it, kind of takes the fun out of it. So if you've taken Ninja, you know that there are 4 stages that every single buyer goes through when they're buying a house. And I haven't dated anyone in a long time, but I've heard this is kind of like dating too. So the first stage is curiosity. Second stage is interest. The third is desire. And the fourth is commitment, right? So curiosity, interest, desire, commitment. Notice that interest is step 2 and commitment is step 4. So the process is very similar when you go through your business plan or your goals or however you want to structure your business. So simply being interested in achieving something means that you're really curious and you want to know more, but you haven't worked through the strategy of how to overcome the inevitable obstacles. And really, that's how your brain is built. I did some research, and there's plenty of science and research that shows that your brain actually rewards you for being curious, for being curious or interested about something. Whenever you're curious about something, your brain floods your body with dopamine, which in turn makes you feel happier. But this is where the trap comes in, because that happiness high, right? It's a high. Your brain and your body are on drugs. I mean, drugs that you make, but that's what it is. And that's addicting. So why would you want to go creating a buzzkill about all the things, thinking about things that you have to actually do to achieve that vision, even if it's bad? Well, you do that because you can't be successful by just being curious, right? I'm going to say that again. You can't be successful at anything by just being curious or interested in it. Being committed means facing the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's for those of you who've been married, it's why weddings are usually pretty happy, but the vows themselves talk about the bad stuff. They talk about it up front, right? To have and to hold from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do us part. That's a huge commitment. So here's my challenge to you. As we're working through the halfway point of 2020, think about your business and all the goals that you thought you wanted to achieve this year. Look back through them and ask yourself honestly, were those interests or was I really committed to those? Were those interests or commitments? So now that you have the benefit of hindsight, look back at your achievements, not whatever your goals were, but actually what you did and what you achieved, and pick 1 or 2 areas of your business that you really enjoyed over the last 6 or 7 months, and also that brought you success, where you really excelled even when the work was hard. Sometimes that was a thrill, right? When the work is hard and you make it through it, that's powerful, right? When you're really committed to something. And ultimately you found deep satisfaction in that work. So the dozens of goals that you may have had on your list in the beginning of the year, because again, you were on drugs, right? Because that's what we do when we get interested and curious and we start putting more and more goals down. Those were likely mere curiosities or interests. And would it be nice to hit those? Absolutely. But what are you willing to sacrifice in order to achieve those? I finished watching the Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance, recently, and it made me want to become a better basketball player. For those of you who've played basketball with me, and there's several of you out there, you know that I'm not really at all very good. In fact, I'm pretty bad. I have a lot of heart, but I'm lacking severely in the skills department. That's because I'm merely interested in becoming a better basketball player, right? I'm interested in it, but I'm not actually committed to it. I recognize that to do so, to be committed, would mean sacrificing other things that I love to do and accomplish and spend time and energy on. A mentor once asked me this very wise question. He said, Zach, if you're saying yes to this goal, what are you saying no to? If you're saying yes to this, what are you saying no to? So Kenneth Blanchard put it well when he said, there's a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in doing something, you do it only when it's convenient. But when you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results. So I'd love to hear from you after you look back through those plans and see where you found success this year, and then where you're going to narrow your focus for the rest of the year to achieve that success and hopefully double down and really make it happen and make you happy at the same time. So good luck. As always, thanks for watching.